First and foremost, I think just being in an instrumental music class has contributed just enormously to like even my mental health, like my happiness throughout high school.
Carlmont instrumental music program has offered me is so many opportunities to learn about different types of drumming and to get a lot of different experience getting along with people, but also just learning about the music itself and just becoming a better person from the music.
Music is probably my favorite school activity, extracurricular activity. I've just really enjoyed the sense of community that instrumental music brings to the school. I mean, Carlmont's huge and you have to find ways to make it smaller for yourself, so that's my way.
I, along with my colleague Levin Smart, see more than 300 students a day in instrumental music, whether it be concert or symphonic band, string orchestra or symphony orchestra or jazz ensemble. In my 7 years here at Carlmont, I've seen the program more than double in size. We perform at many events other than our spring and fall concerts. We perform for community events such as Save the Music. We perform at school events such as graduation. We perform for athletic events such as football games and music festivals, both locally and statewide, and not to mention our international music tours that we perform at. Our students leave with many rich and lasting memories and many close friends from their years in the Carlmont Instrumental Music Program. But of course, none of this would be possible without the vital role of our parent volunteers.
Well, volunteering anytime, is very enriching. Community service can be a lot of different things, and I think it's important to choose what you want to do. I've always chosen to help kids as much as possible.
So I did Footloose, which was in like 2012, spring of 2012, but it was such a small group, and it was the first time a lot of us played rock and roll music. Miles' dad, Bruce Coe, he went into the pit and like helped us learn about like rock and roll music and stuff, and we had like a jam session at his house, and it was so much fun.
I think when you volunteer, you really get a chance to not only get to know your kids better, even though they say they don't want you around, they really do, but to get to know their friends, get to know their parents, and that's been very rewarding as well.
I guess something really encouraging is that all that the parents do to make like performances happen, to make even like drumline performances happen, but all performances, all the uniforms and instruments and distributing all those, collecting them, really helps us out. Now from like a perspective of being here for 4 years, you understand how helpful parents can be in really your whole entire journey as a music student.
This is now professional theater, and it is run by volunteers. So it's just necessary. The hours are necessary. It can't be done without them.
And in simplest terms, many hands makes light work. And you never have to do everything, but being able to be part of a helping hand, I just think feels great, and I know that it's doing the program good too.
I would say instrumental music needs as much help as possible from parents, especially because music classes are the largest in the school, and they still only have like 1 or 2 teachers. So as much help as parents could offer is appreciated everywhere.
The program really is dependent on volunteers to make it go. There's a lot of moving parts, anywhere from ushering to moving things on the stage to chaperoning. I've had the privilege of doing a lot of those things. Didn't think they would all be necessary, but as you go through, you realize those are the things that a successful program really needs to have. When you have those things happen, you have tremendous performances, you have a tremendous experience for your kids, and that's really where the reward is.
What were some of the things your mom did for the program?
She was in uniforms this year. She was in charge of uniform. My dad would come and help adjudicate the jazz bands, and he adjudicated on our spring tours as well.
One of the things that John DeBaldo was telling me the other day was that he was reviewing the different colleges that the kids were going to be going to this last senior year. And the list was tremendously impressive. Won't bore you with all the high-profile colleges and everything that they're going to.
I'm going to UC Davis.
UC Davis.
I'm going to UC Berkeley.
UC Santa Cruz. Wellesley College in Boston.
UCLA.
I'm going to UC Davis.
And Stanford.
And a lot of it had to do with all the things that music taught them, whether it be discipline, practice, appreciating the arts, whatever else it is, tremendously valuable. And can't say enough about the program.
You can pitch in every little bit that help that we get, we appreciate and we need. As the chairperson of the bake sales, we need a lot of home-baked goods, homemade sandwiches, any treats that we can put on the buffet table to sell. It's a fun job, and I take the brain work out for everyone. I train if you need training, and I set up and I organize everything. All you need to do is show up, and we'll show you what to do.
I think that Mr. DeBaldo probably won't like to hear this, but it's fun. It was fun for my kids to just be involved in band. They do so many other things during the school day that actually they really enjoyed being part of a group of kids who was involved in music and enjoyed that.
I have two sons. They were 3 years apart, and they were in one played the violin, the other the oboe. And what I found there too is all of their friends are playing. So I'm not only seeing my own child, but I'm watching the other children grow up. You're taking a special time in their life, your child, and you get to see them perform, and you get to share that.
What's kept me volunteering year after year? It's very rewarding to myself, the feeling I get. I also know I'm helping the program. I also know that my sons, my two kids, really benefited. They already knew that we cared about them and valued the program and their schooling, but they knew it that much more when we did. And you'll meet the other volunteers, the other families. You'll care more about the program. You'll know more about what your student is doing. Also, you don't have to volunteer every single time. Just a few minutes, just an hour each term, it will make a great difference here in the instrumental music program at Carlmont.
The parents should understand that really what they do really does make a difference. Music has changed my life, and the fact that parents can get involved to change a child's future, that's kind of what parents should be doing, and be a very rewarding experience for any parent that does get involved.